think a collective deep breath. You see why we are so humbled and honored and fortunate to have Dr. Clinton Boyd Jr. on our National Board of Directors. He's a force of nature. Obviously, you saw a little glimpse of it here. I'm feeling it in my body and my heart, my mind, my gut, all of the things. I'm also never before this moment have I felt so underprepared about what I was going to say, right? And I hear from my team a lot, Melissa, I never like to talk after you because, whatever, you have this way. I feel it now, right? Because all of you, first of all, I wore my glasses today on purpose so that I could actually see your faces. And I've been to hundreds of these conferences, right? And actually at 3 a.m., last night, I'm not a great sleeper anyway, but 3 a.m., I was like catching up on email. I was listening to the podcast from the day. Thank you to Nathan Fink from New Hampshire for his tremendous partnership and gifts. We can all listen to some of our key speakers, right? And I was listening to Mia from Virginia, and I was listening to Nicole from Oregon, and they were saying they really appreciated being here because it helps us to kind of understand and operationalize the breadth and depth of the work of prevention. So then I started checking my email after that, and I got an email from some folks that are with Purdue Northwest. I had spoken at a meeting in Northwest Indiana, and they came and I said, well, you should join us together for prevention in Baltimore. And they brought students, and their students are on Instagram documenting their very first professional conference. So it got me, I looked at all your videos, I heard it, all of them, but it got me thinking, Melissa, you've been going to conferences for 25 years, hundreds of them, right? And what happens usually? Well, first of all, by the last session, half of you would be gone, right? But I see so many of you still so present, so engaged. You're sitting after the time. I'm sure we're over time. I'm going to be quick, but I'm going to say what I got to say, right? So we would see that. We would see sometimes what happens is you're so energized at these conferences. Some you're really not, but some you're really, really energized, like this one, right? But what happens? We all leave, we travel back, we get to our real lives. We get bombarded or emails, whatever, and you lose, right? You lose the oomph, right? So, and sometimes we say, well, all good things come to an end. We nurtured some relationships, we shared some stories, but all good things must come to an end. But I'll say a couple things. First, I don't believe that, right? I think all good things don't come to an end because actually the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come because we have not even imagined what's possible together for prevention, right? The best is yet to come because I'm going to run toward my own accountability. I am going to continue to listen to families with humility and actually believe them. I will see families in their most majestic light. I will continue to expose systems of inequity, right, as intentional, unjust, and therefore actionable. So I think the best is yet to come for all of us, right, in this work. Now, what I have enjoyed about this conference is all of the ways that you all shared your gifts with me, with my team. Hundreds of you have stopped to talk to me, to tell me, or to come to your state, or to tell me, oh, I'm also doing economic and concrete supports. I want to connect with that speaker who said that. Or I also have father engagement work happening in my state. I want to do that. Or people who have commented on my leadership and said that it's something that you're aspiring to. Let me just say with a lot of humility that great leaders, you want to surround yourself with even greater people. I am the least beautiful and probably least brilliant person on my team, certainly on my board, right? That's intentional. That's about having thought partners that challenge you, that make you question things that you know to be true, right? I've talked a lot about the heart, the mind, the body. Last night at dinner, someone said, the one thing you didn't say was intuition. Right? You're kind of, what's right, what's not right, right? And you have this kind of gut feeling. And look, we're in a room with probably now, 1,000 prevention leaders, but that we know that we are about this work, but we also know when we're not doing enough. We know when there's more work to do. Right? So I think the most enjoyable part is hearing those nuggets from all of you. And I'll say, then what do we need to do as we leave here? We're all traveling back, getting back to the real world, getting back to our many, many balls that we're juggling at all times in the air. Hopefully we have a friend or a partner to help us, before some of them fall, right? Which is a privilege to have when you have good teams, supportive families, supportive communities. Right? So what do we do next? We leave, and I would say back to the 1, 2, 3, right? What are we going to do? 1, 2, and 3. Simple things that we can all do and commit to. 1, I would say if you heard something that resonated with you, whether it's something you're already doing and you want to connect with like-minded people, whether it's something you're curious about, right? You're like, I wonder what that would look like. What would it take in my community? Someone you met, you exchanged business cards. All of you have been taking selfies and stuff. You've gotten all this stuff. Email one person. I saw you. I felt something. It makes me want to do better. When we know better, we do better. Makes me want to do better. 2, respond to someone's email when they reach out to you. Right? I mean, we talk about showing up for people and we want to, be present and such, but I know, I get it. We're all busy. I have 800 or 900 emails that I get a day. I sometimes don't see them all, right? And then they get buried, then they're lost forever, right? So prioritize responding to people who were brave enough and prioritized connecting with you, right? Because they knew that together for prevention, something could happen that's bigger than the sum of your parts, right? None of us are too busy. That's a cop-out. It's a cop-out. I'm not saying continue to add stuff and it's not sustainable. We won't be here or be well to do the work that we know we need to do. But I'm saying you can prioritize the things that you think are the most impactful, right? Things that are about root causes, about racism, about othering, about family policing, right? Things that question our own integrity. We don't have to move how we've always moved. In fact, we have to move in better ways. The ways we've been moving has not served us well. 3rd, schedule some time. I'm all about the timers. Schedule some time to think, to feel, to notice what's going on, right? What is feeling like is imbalanced for you. I, like Dr. Mona shared, I feel like I get so much of my joy from my work, right? But it can't always be so heavy all the time, okay? It cannot be. So figure out what are those things that you're going to continue to integrate for your own mental health, well-being, thriving, joy, right? that you're going to continue to integrate. Maybe it's a dance party outside, 5 o'clock. I love dancing in the sunshine. That was like for me, I think that's one of my highlights from this time together, is dancing with you all. So many of you said, gosh, I didn't know I needed this. Okay? Take some time, even if you have to set a timer to think about it, which I know sometimes we do. It's such a critical time for primary prevention in this country. And we have now, with you all, co-designed a theory of change about creating an aligned and comprehensive primary prevention ecosystem that does not exist in this country yet. Oh, but it will. Oh, but it will, because of all of us together. Put your own values there. Put your own strategies there. It's a living document. It could change tomorrow. And in fact, it should keep on changing. When we know better, we do better. And the work of love is never done. These words hit me. The work of love is never done. This is the work. This is the work that we, each and every one of us, do every day. Without knowledge, there is no light. That proverb that was shared yesterday. There are so many things I learned from you all in this time. Those are the things I enjoyed about our intentional and purposeful gathering. Again, we can do better. We must do better for children and families. We're going to be back together in person in 2025 in Portland, Oregon. Woo! And I know we're going to be well hosted there, just like we were here in Maryland, Baltimore. Shout out to all the Healthy Families America Maryland programs, the Family Tree, our Maryland PCA chapter. And we look forward to being with you all in Oregon soon. Until then, I just want to say I am so thankful and humbled to be among you. You all are beautiful. You're brilliant. You come to this work with such high emotional intelligence and passion and commitment. And childhood does last a lifetime. And the actions we make and decisions we make today will impact kids across the lifespan and across generations. But we have what it takes, and prevention is possible, and we want to maximize that possibility always. Thank you so much. Safe travels home. Be well. The work of love is never done.